So as a massive comic book and DC superfan, I have to say that Harley Quinn season 4 was a dramatic improvement upon season 3 and the Valentine's Day special, which unfortunately were not as good as season 1 and season 2, but season 4 definitely has come back with a vengeance and has just put this series back on the map, and I just absolutely love it. It had so much better storytelling, so many better character portrayals, and of course so many better cliffhangers at the end of each episode. And I think it was a bit of a stroke of genius to put Harley Quinn into the Bat family, as of course this has taken place in the comic book world, and I just think is really good, as of course she just can't really fit in as much as she wants to, as she has got similarities in terms of the ideals that the Bat family have in their outlook in terms of, you know, wanting to protect the world and protect Gotham City and not do evil villainous stuff. But at her core, she is of course a villainous character. So I just thought that inner conflict was just working together so well. And just seeing her interactions within the Bat family group were really, really good. If anything, I would have just wanted a lot more of that because they were just so phenomenal. And similarly, but also contrastingly, we have Ivy this time positioned into the CEO boss of the Legion of Doom. So first of all, they explore, you know, the female CEO challenges in terms of having a lot of male co-workers. So I thought that was really interesting, but I don't think they really explored it in a really dramatic way. But instead, what they did focus on is Ivy's plan of wanting to do socially conscious evil. So like I said, the yin to Harley's yang in terms of being in an evil corporation this time, but just still having some glimmers of heroism within her. So just wanting to do evil stuff, but just do it in a right way and in a way that benefits society. So there was a really interesting conflict that they gave both of these characters, and they were both equivalent lead characters in their own right. I mean, it is the Harley Quinn show, so of course she is going to get a little bit more, but I just thought it was really, really good. And I also think it was the right decision to dramatically reduce the screen time that Dr. Psycho, King Shark, and Clayman have, as I feel like they were just detracting so much, especially in season 3. But I am also equally really excited about season 5, so let's explore that ending really quickly. So I thought it was really, really cool how they're pretty much setting up the Gotham Sirens, as we've got Catwoman and Oracle, as of course it was so dramatically upsetting and heartbreaking that Joker paralyzes Batgirl. Of course it's done in a slightly different way to how it's done in the comic books, but effectively the same thing is taking place. So she is now set to be Oracle. And I did think it was pretty hilarious how Barbara Gordon is suggesting calling them the Birds of Prey, as of course this is another team that takes place from a female-centered point of view within the DC Comics universe. But I cannot wait to hopefully see what's going to happen with the Gotham City Sirens. And even more so than that, I just can't wait to see how Nightwing is going to be, as of course he is being resurrected from the Lazarus Pit. And as we know, when people get resurrected from the Lazarus Pit, they do become a little bit crazy. I think it was predictable that this was going to happen, especially when they had Talia al Ghul in the mix in season 4, and they also did show the Lazarus Pit, as Nightwing is just such a brilliant character, and it was just so criminal that they killed him off so early. I mean, I know this show does kill off big notorious characters in its past, but I just can't wait to hopefully see what's going to happen in season 5 when Nightwing explores his revenge plot. And I just love how all of the heroic characters, they're exploring them in a bit of a dark way. As like I said, of course Harley Quinn is now going back to a bit of a villainy path, but similarly Nightwing is going to be doing the same, as well as Batgirl. She has also explored a dark side, and of course Damian Wayne, notorious for being good and bad, but we also see him being truly evil in the future scenario where we saw Ivy and Harley's daughter, which is always absolutely brilliant as well. But we also see over there that actually Damian Wayne cannot be trusted. So the Bat family have gone down a really dark path. I feel like Red Hood would be so proud of them. And on that point, I just hope that we do get to see Red Hood, as he is just such a phenomenal character. Jason Todd is just so good, and he just needs to have a main role in season 5. And similarly, Tim Drake, maybe he is going to be the only good guy, as of course we also saw Batman is going to be returning in season 5. So hopefully Tim Drake is going to be the Robin to his Batman, but also we also get Joker returning to his evil side. And I just kind of wait to see what's going to happen with that, as of course all of the mayor stuff and domesticating Joker was hilarious. I mean, putting him on a leash was a real choice as well. But I just think it's going to be so cool to get the return of the evil, twisted, devilish Joker, although maybe he won't be fully bad, as of course they have explored a good side with him. So maybe in season 5, very similar to all of the other characters, maybe he'll be on the middle path as well. And they definitely did pack in quite a lot of wicked storytelling in season 4, and I love the short-lived Harley clone saga where there's another clone of her. And as this is a hilarious adult-based cartoon, which does make hilarious choices, I thought making her clone based on Potato was actually really, really funny. And actually, she is a lot more of a hero than Harley is. So seeing that dichotomy between these two characters was actually really, really good. And of course, it did show that Barbara Gordon is exploring a different path now, as she chose to save the somewhat darker version of the Harley Quinn character. The Justice League were there in the background, but they did focus specifically on the Batman-based characters, and we're finally going to be getting that Kite Man spin-off soon, so that should be really, really funny, as of course a lot of the Harley Quinn characters are going to feature in that spin-off. And as all DC productions have shown, that you cannot trust Lex Luthor, as he really was the big bad in this season, especially when it came to Poison Ivy, as he was pretty much destroying her life. I absolutely love that Steppenwolf was in here as well, and they did mimic his voice to what you have seen in the Snyder Cut, and he is actually on Ivy's side, so does actually help her on a number of occasions. I thought Alfred exploring a bit of villainy in terms of robbing a bank just to get closer to Master Wayne was absolutely hilarious. They didn't do that much with Commissioner James Gordon. I mean, they did definitely do a lot with him in the earlier seasons, but it was pretty funny to see him in here too. Speaking of voices based on their live action counterparts, Bane, every single time you see him, it is always a good time. I think they did push his character a little bit too far in the Valentine's Day special, but like I said, he is a really great character. Talia al Ghul, like I mentioned before, she is really, really cool, especially as part of the rich boss clique, and really does invite Ivy into this, but you do always see that, you know, Talia al Ghul really is not one to be messed with, and maybe she is going to be the big bad in the next season, especially as she has brought back Nightwing to life, and now she has got Damian in her clutches. So I wonder if we're also going to see a bit of family dynamics taking place now that Batman's returning too. I guess they could have done a little bit more with Ivy's mentees, but that being said, I do actually think that they were really pushing them as secondary supporting characters, and that was the right thing to do. Nora, I feel like I couldn't really get behind this character, as she was just so frustrating, incredibly full of herself, and just did not add any value. Maybe in season 5 and or in season 6 they'll explore the multiverse, as of course every single comic book production is exploring that right now, and it would be really interesting to see what could happen in other alternate universes, and hopefully we'll get a live action episode, as like I said, Kaley Cuoco is just born to play Harley Quinn. And similarly, Lake Bell is so good as Poison Ivy. So hopefully, maybe one day, we'll see a bit of a live-action spin-off taking place. But overall, I absolutely loved Harley Quinn Season 4. I think they packed in so many brilliant DC World references. And on that point, this show is so embedded and tapped into the lure of DC, but focusing primarily on the Batman universe of characters, as fundamentally Harley Quinn is a Batman Gotham-based character. But I just feel like they've just done such a good job with this series, and so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a massive 7.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear what you thought of Season 4 of Harley Quinn, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.